Welcome to the educational channel. This is Unit 6, Episode 28, Reading Comprehension and Translation. Now, for the reading comprehension, here are a few tips. Have a look at the questions before reading the passage. Read the first sentence of each paragraph. Pay attention to transition words. Discuss the meaning as if you were telling someone else what you think it means. When you come across a difficult word, try to guess the meaning from the context. Go back and reread after you have read the question. First, let's take a look at the questions before reading the passage. First, we have the multiple choice questions. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, and D. Which of the following would be the main idea of the fourth paragraph? Focus here, highlight that it's from the fourth paragraph and they want the main idea of only that paragraph. You need to skim the whole paragraph. The main idea is the point of the paragraph. It is the most important thought about the topic. The author can locate the main idea in different places within a paragraph. The main idea is usually a sentence and usually the initial sentence in the paragraph. Question 2 in the multiple choice. What does the underlined word acute in the third paragraph mean? Now, the word is located in the third paragraph, so you need careful reading and scanning. Building your vocabulary will help you easily identify the synonym or antonym of a given word. Synonym is the meaning of the word, while antonym is the opposite of the word. And here in the question, it's asking for the meaning of the word, the synonym. Focus on the context where the word is given. A word can have different meanings. Sharpen your knowledge also of idioms and expressions in the English language. Question 3. What does the underlined word them in the third paragraph refer to? So it is located in the third paragraph here. Words such as this, these, it, or they are used in specific sentences. You need to scan the targeted paragraph, which is always mentioned in the question. Pay attention to the sentence which is close to the reference word. Question 4 in the multiple choice. According to the passage, pandas are good climbers. How do we locate explicit questions? It is something that has been clearly expressed. Scanning is highly recommended. Reading and understanding the question carefully. Focus on textual information. Question 5. According to the passage, which of the following is not true? Focus here. Not true. How do we answer implicit questions? Target information is not directly stated in the passage. Sometimes you need to use your personal background knowledge and the text information. Reading between the lines or sometimes beyond the text is highly recommended. After answering the multiple choice questions, you will have to answer the predictive questions. Let's read them before reading the passage. Answer the following questions. Number 6. How do pandas differ from the brown bear family? Question 7. How do pandas live and eat? Question 8. Why are the pandas losing their natural habitat? What's happening? Question 9. What measures did the Chinese authorities take to protect the pandas? Now, we read the questions, multiple choice, and predictive. Let's start reading the passage. The bamboo bear. Although it is one of the best known, best loved, and most fascinating wild mammals in the world, the panda is also one of the most reticent and lives a solitary life. Pandas were originally found in several parts of Asia, including Vietnam and Tibet, but now survive only in certain parts of China. Pandas spend about 12 hours every day feeding and the remaining time sleeping or resting. The average weight of a panda is 120 kilograms. Pandas usually live in cold, damp conditions, but are protected by their thick, warm, black and white fur. A typical panda is 1.5 meters tall. Unlike some members of the bear family, pandas do not hibernate. Despite their size and weight, pandas are very good at climbing. If they are being threatened by their natural enemies such as brown bears or leopards, they climb up the nearest tree for refuge. Their acute hearing also helps them to avoid their enemies. Pandas mainly eat the leaves, stems, shoots, and roots of bamboo plants. An adult can consume as much as 20 kilograms a day. They also eat fruit, other plants, eggs, and sometimes fish. There are only about 1,600 pandas left in the wild. Until the 1960s, pandas were being hunted for their skins, so humans posed the biggest threat to their survival. Now, their main problem is the disappearance of their habitat, which is caused by the increasing use of land for farming and building. Anyone who is caught hunting pandas is severely punished. The Chinese authorities have also set up special permanent reservations, which are expansive enough for 500 to 600 animals. Now, we read about the bamboo bear, the panda. Let's go back to the questions. Let's start with the multiple choice questions. Choose the correct answer from A, B, C, and D. Question number 1. Which of the following would be the main idea of the fourth paragraph? Is it A, the panda's eating habits? B, the panda's natural enemies? C, measures for saving the panda? Or D, the natural habitat of the panda? I don't want the main idea of the whole passage, just the fourth paragraph, which means we have to go back to the fourth paragraph and check what's the main idea of this paragraph. Here it states, pandas mainly eat the leaves, stems, shoots, and roots of bamboo plants. An adult can consume as much as 20 kilograms a day. They also eat fruit, other plants, eggs, and fish. So, the main idea would be, of course, the panda's eating habits. Question 2. What does the underlined word acute in the third paragraph mean? If you're not sure, always go back to the paragraph and check. Their acute hearing, so what do we mean acute hearing? Helps them avoid their enemies. So what are we describing the hearing as? Sharp. Question 3. What does the underlined word them in the third paragraph refer to? For this question, you always have to go back to see what the word refers to. Now, their acute hearing also helps them to avoid their enemies. Who are we talking about in this passage? Who is them? Who's avoiding their enemies? Who has acute hearing? Of course, it's pandas. Number 4. According to the passage, pandas are good climbers. Is it A, because their hearing is strong? B, even though they are large and heavy? C, even though they are too slow? D, because they consume a huge quantity of plants? Why are they good climbers? Pandas are good climbers. What did it mention about them? Despite their size and weight, pandas are good at climbing. So here, even though they are large and heavy, they are good climbers. Question 5. According to the passage, which of the following is not true? In order to check which is not true, which is false of these, we have to take sentence by sentence and go back to check. Was it mentioned? Is it true? So let's start with A. In the past, pandas were found in various parts of Asia, including Vietnam and Tibet. Is this the one that is not true? Let's check. Here I can see Pandas were originally found in several parts of Asia, including Vietnam and Tibet, but now survive only in certain parts of China. So A is not the answer. Let's look at B. Their thick fur protects them from cold, damp conditions. Let's see, is this mentioned or is it not true? If we go to the second paragraph, it says here, pandas usually live in cold, damp conditions. Let's take a look at C. Pandas know when their enemies are near because they have acute hearing. Let's check this one. In the third paragraph, I can see their acute hearing also helps them avoid their enemies. So this is mentioned. This is not the answer. So I'm left with D. The panda is one of the endangered non-mammal animals. But I also want to check to make sure I got the correct answer. So I go back to the paragraph. And here it is mentioned that it is the best loved and most fascinating wild mammal. So this is the answer. This sentence is not true. It is a mammal. Let's take a look at the productive questions. Answer the following questions. Number 6. How do pandas differ from the brown bear family? Meaning, how are they different? In the second paragraph, you can find the answer. Unlike some members of the bear family, they are not like them because pandas do not hibernate. So I have my answer here. Remember, in the productive questions, write full sentences. Pandas do not hibernate during the winter, unlike the bear family. How do pandas live and eat? Let's go back to the first paragraph, where they talk about how they live. The panda is also one of the most reticent and lives a solitary life. And how do they eat? In the fourth paragraph, you will find that pandas mainly eat the leaves, stems, shoots, and roots of bamboo plants. So I write a full sentence. The panda is one of the most reticent and lives a solitary life. Pandas mainly eat the leaves, stems, shoots, and roots of bamboo plants. Question 8. Why are the pandas losing their natural habitat? What's happening to their natural habitat? We go to the last paragraph, and here you can see now their main problem is the disappearance of their habitat, which is caused by the increasing use of land for farming and building. So, they are losing their natural habitat because it is used for farming and building. Question 9. What measures did the Chinese authorities take to protect the pandas? What did they do? Also, in the last paragraph, you can see here, anyone who is caught hunting pandas is severely punished. The Chinese authorities have also set up special permanent reservations. So, write it as a full answer. Anyone who is caught hunting pandas is punished. The Chinese authorities also set up special permanent reservations. That was the reading comprehension. Let's move now to the translation exercise. How do we answer translation? Here are a few tips for answering translation. Translate the meaning, not the words. So you have to read carefully and understand the dialogue, and then translate what you understood from the dialogue. Avoid word-for-word translation, meaning I don't take the first word, translate it alone, then the second, translate it alone. You have to write a full, meaningful sentence. It has to make sense when you read it. 3. Don't leave spaces for words you don't know. Try to avoid leaving spaces when answering the translation question. Let's take a look. Now, usually you will get a dialogue, 2 sentences in Arabic, and you have to translate them in English. Let's take a look here. Translate the following into good English. Saud, هل تعلم أن نبات العرفج هي من النباتات المعرضة للانقراض؟ Now, don't translate word by word. Try to understand. So this is a question. He's asking هل تعلم أن نبات العرفج? So when I translate, I will say, do you know that العرفج is one of the plants? I can say flora or any other word that you know instead that are facing extinction. You can also write in your own words. You don't have to follow this model answer. I'm pretty sure you can write an even better answer. Try translating this. محمد: نعم، لكن بالالتزام والعزيمة والعمل الجاد ممكن حمايتها للأجيال القادمة. What do you think? نعم, I can say yes or true, but with commitment, determination, العزيمة, and hard work, العمل الجاد, or I can say working hard, we can protect it for the generations to come or for the generations of the future, or any reasonable answer that means the same. Now, remember, leaving spaces would mean that the sentence doesn't make sense. Try to understand it. Use your own words. You can even use simple words to answer the translation exercise. You don't have to use big words to answer them. You can be a simple sentence and it will make sense. It will be correct. In this episode, we learned how to extract relevant information after reading a passage. We took a look at multiple choice questions, productive questions, and we learned how to tackle the translation. Thank you for watching.